One of the really exciting things as an art historian myself is I recognize some of the references that Tom puts into these paintings. And for the benefit of those who visit the exhibition or visit our Facebook page, we have gone and found these original examples and we're putting them up within the photo section of the exhibition so we can see where some of these examples that Tom has included, where they came from originally. And I think it ties in thematically, not just as a symbol or a representation of an idea about the person, but these touchstones that artists have. I think oftentimes, especially young artists, don't realize that the tradition of artists knowing about the history, knowing what artists went before them, and really knowing that body of work. So this work is Great Uncle Pete, and this background, which seems quite fantastical when you first look at the work, could be quite confusing. What is this crazy dog thing? But this is from a painting based on a mythology. And in fact, we have the paintings up side by side on Facebook, and you can really see where Tom is tying the two together. And in fact, on the Facebook, we actually added some of the text that tells you about the myth that's going inside. Because what we want to do is make it as interesting and exciting for people who come in, whether they come and look at the Facebook before they come in, or after they visit, or even while they visit, so they can get some more of this information.
I think one of the things that's the reason why I incorporate these Renaissance paintings in the picture is I was confronted with the problem. Here I have a relative, a great Uncle Pete, he's standing on the ship, on the deck of a ship, and how am I going to make him look Italian? Well, first of all, I used egg tempera, the medium that is associated with the Renaissance and with Italy. So I learned that technique, and that's one reference to how they can look Italian. But the other thing was to actually incorporate Renaissance and appropriate Renaissance paintings, fragments of it that said something about the idea I was trying to get out of the personality I was trying to evoke. In this particular case, Great Uncle Pete used to tell me stories of his adventures when he was in China in the 1920s during the revolution between Mao Zedong and Chiang Kai-shek. And so he would tell me these stories. And so when I saw this painting by Cosimo, that I figured that has to be like this fantastic story, the mythological story that he was telling me. And so he's thinking about the things that happen and how he's going to embellish them to tell everybody later on. And then in the right-hand corner, the ship's deck turns into a scene of Rome, which was his favorite place to visit. So even if you didn't know the inside information, you could see that this guy is a world traveler, and he's seen a lot of things. You always hear the stories about sailors and the stories they tell about the sea. That's one of them. And you get the reference of the ship's deck off to the side there, and then the places where he traveled. I really like the way the deck goes right into the Tiber River in the bottom.